Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Pokemon Breeder Ricky, and today it's gonna be a sad video. You better get those tissues ready. We're talking about Cubone. If you're looking for a sad Pokemon, you have to look no further than Cubone. Simply put, his Pokédex says, when it thinks of its dead mother, it cries. Its crying makes the skull it wears rattle hollowly. It wears the skull of its dead mother on its head. When it becomes lonesome, it is said to cry loudly. I don't know about you, but that just seems like a very, very sad Pokemon. But that raises the question, do all Cubone's mothers die? Is it some sort of phenomenon where every Cubone or Marowak that lays an egg simply dies? And also, while we do have evidence of one Marowak dying at the hands of Team Rocket and leaving Cubone an orphan, that doesn't exactly explain why all the Cubones lose their mothers. Team Rocket, as bad as they are, don't go around killing all of Cubone's mothers. So what happens to them? Now I've thought of a couple of theories, but before I state them, let me preface by saying that these apply only to wild Cubone and not Cubone that are bred. For example, we know that if you breed a Marowak in the daycare, it is not going to die. You're still going to have your Marowak and you're going to have a baby Cubone. Also, because a lot of the breeding things in Pokemon don't really make sense, like this one, that's just an MTV show waiting to happen. And no, I don't believe Cubone is a baby Kangaskhan. This has nothing to do with that. My first theory is that Cubone's mother abandons the egg before it hatches. And you might be thinking, oh my god, Ricky, no, that is very cruel. It already happens in the animal world, so I don't see why in the Pokemon world a Marowak wouldn't abandon its egg. However, I don't think they abandon it out of spite or hate or anything like that. I think that's just how it's always been and how it's always going to be. However, that raises the question, if Cubone's mother abandons it before it's born, how is it that it has a skull helmet and a club? Well, a lot of Marowak's entries state that there is a hidden place where all Marowaks go to die. This place is so hidden that nobody's ever seen it before, and I'm pretty sure Marowaks like it that way. So what if Marowak lay their eggs in the same place they go to die? It does sound a little gruesome, but think about it. Once a Cubone is born, all they know and see is dead Marowaks everywhere. They possibly imprint on a dead body of a Marowak rotting away, and once it rots completely, Cubone will take the skull and club and go on its merry way. Emphasis on merry. Now, why would Marowak leave its baby in a cemetery? Well, I think it goes back to it being a very secret place that no one knows about. Marowak wants the best chances of survival for its baby. Therefore, it's gonna keep it hidden for as long as it can. That's how that Marowak was left. So that's all it knows of how it can keep its baby alive. So while it does seem a little sad, it also explains how Cubone could lose its mother. And think about it, Cubone is crying all the time. It's seeing its dead mother in the moon. It seems like it's a Pokemon that's been very traumatized. I think being born in a Marowak cemetery would make anyone traumatized. My second theory is a little less gruesome, but it's still pretty sad. What if Marowak abandons Cubone shortly after birth? The way I see this going is how some animals behave when they lay eggs. They're very territorial, they do everything to protect those eggs, but as soon as they're hatched, they're shortly abandoned. So why couldn't Marowak do something like that? Maybe Marowaks don't really have that motherly instinct that a Kangaskhan would have. I think Marowaks goes to that secret cemetery that no one knows about, takes a skull and a club and brings it to its young so that once it's born, it has some protection. That way the Cubone has a fighting chance out there in the wild. So while Cubone's mother doesn't technically die, she abandons him. This scenario would also leave Cubone traumatized, crying for its mother, leaving a very sad Pokemon that knows nothing but abandonment. There you go, guys. I don't think all of Cubone's mothers die. I just think they abandon their young. So that brings us to this week's question of the week. If you were a Pokemon trainer, how would you console a Cubone? Leave your answers in the comments below, and let's jump right over to last week's comments. Tying in for second place for your favorite Eeveelutions that I drew were the ghost type and the flying type, and to no surprise, the winner was the dragon type. And also, here are some drawings that you guys made. I think these were amazing and I had to put them up, so here they are. And we've reached the end of the video. If you enjoyed this little theory, please give me a thumbs up. If you really enjoyed it and you want to help me out, you can go ahead and share this on other social media like Twitter, Facebook. It really helps me out. So share this video with your friends, family, and dog if you have any. Don't forget to leave your comments down below for a chance to be on next week's episode. And with that, I say bye. Say bye, Pumpkaboo.